Get ready, because we're about to go where no Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs episode has gone before.
We're going deep into the heart of authentic Japanese cooking, right here in Kentucky.
It's such an experience, and it's really authentic Japanese things.
We're learning a lot of secrets at school as we go behind the scenes into the kitchen with Chef Sakai Kai.
That's a secret.
He's cooked around the world, and now he's unlocking a whole new world of flavors in Lexington.
He's gonna put some shredded bonito flakes into the pot, a different way to cook fish.
It's sometimes hard to pronounce.
It's called Okonomiyaki.
But the flavors are impossible to resist.
It's delicious.
We're learning the secrets from a Japanese master chef at school in Lexington. Hey everyone, Tim Laird with another exciting edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. This time, we're going to school.
Not the one that gives you homework. This is the one that serves incredible and authentic Japanese cuisine. We're at School Restaurant in Lexington, where there's a lot to learn when it comes to cooking.
We specialize in authentic Japanese cuisine and sushi.
There's sushi, of course, but also dishes like this.
It's called Okonomiyaki.
In English, that literally means everything you like, grilled. It's kind of like a Japanese pizza, but at the same time, it's a world apart. We'll get into that coming up as Chef Sakai Kai reveals the secrets to how it's done.
The first thing he's gonna put on here is QP.
But if you're not ready to get that exotic, no worries. School has something for everyone.
If your wife wants sushi and you're not really that into it, you can get something that you'll like. You can get a steak or some chicken.
Jessica Strayer is school's general manager. She's a UK grad, and today she's our translator at school, helping us to understand Chef Sakai Kai's Japanese secrets.
That's a secret.
And the secrets of the sushi bar, which is what makes this restaurant unlike any other in Kentucky.
We're the only restaurant in Kentucky that has a sushi conveyor belt, a kaitan conveyor belt. So all the different color plates go by with the name tags so you can kind of see what everything is and grab and try a little bit. It's definitely fun to do because you get to look at and see what everything is, see if you like it before you grab it. Everything's color coded according to price, which makes it really easy to do.
It is easy and fun, sort of like rolling sushi.
He makes it look very easy, but it's not.
It takes years of practice to get this good. Watch now as Chef Punky reveals his sushi secrets.
He's gonna make one of our favorite house specialty rolls. It's called the Hazy View Roll. And he's gonna start off by taking some chopped tuna and mixing it with some spicy mayonnaise, which is just mayonnaise, sriracha, and sesame oil to taste. It's delicious.
Now, this is no tuna that comes out of a can. It's sashimi grade, which means it's so high quality you can eat it raw.
Best of the best.
Next, the rice and the wrapper. The wrapper is seaweed paper that's called nori, and the rice is seasoned sushi style.
We've got about a quarter cup of rice is a good amount to start with. He's just gently patting the rice out onto the nori to make a nice even layer. He's gonna just put a little bit of sesame seed around there and then he's getting ready to flip it over. So this is a roll that has the rice on the outside.
The spicy tuna mixture goes on the other side of the seaweed paper, and then there's something to cool it down.
He's just gonna slice an avocado. So he puts the avocado in there just to keep everything nice and tight so it doesn't fall apart. So he's gotten to become quite an artist with it. And he's gonna actually roll the rice over on top of the nori so the rice will stick to just a little bit of the seaweed. And this is something that takes a lot of practice. And now he's just gonna take his sushi mat and shape it to make sure it's nice and round. This is kind of the foundation that we're gonna start with. He's gonna go ahead and put some sliced tuna on top.
This time, the tuna is thinly sliced. It takes a steady hand to do this.
Yeah, it's not easy to do.
He lays the tuna slices on top, nice and evenly.
He's gonna put a little bit of more avocado on there and then some salmon on top. He makes it look very easy, but it's not.
At this point, Chef Punky wraps the roll in plastic wrap, shapes it again, and then slices it.
And the trick with slicing sushi is to have a little bit of water nearby and keep dipping your knife in it so the rice doesn't stick to it. That's a secret.
Now, here's where the fun really begins. Punky gets out a torch to sear the salmon on top.
Always fun. He's just gonna lightly sear the salmon.
The rolls go on the plate, and then it's time for some of school's special sauces.
We're just gonna top it off with some eel sauce, some spicy mayonnaise, tobiko, which is just little fine fish roe. I think it looks delicious. The hazy view roll.
Talk about culinary art, what a masterpiece!
And sushi is just the beginning of the amazing offerings at school.
Still to come, you could call it the Japanese version of pizza. But this is nothing like the pie you're used to.
Deliciously pan-fried.
Up next, a dish that actually cooks right at your table. We have more secrets to learn at school, coming up on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. Tim Laird back with you at School Japanese Restaurant on Old Todd's Road.
Even though we're here in the heartland of the Bluegrass, they do everything here like they do in Japan.
Chef Saki Kai is the executive chef, and he's the real deal. He got his culinary training in Japan and then went on to cook in New York City. We're lucky to have him here in the Bluegrass now, and we're also lucky that he has a translator to help reveal all his Japanese cooking secrets.
So he's got some dashi.
Jessica Strayer is a UK grad, and now she's back at school, in a way, as the restaurant's general manager. And she's ready to help us learn some Japanese cooking secrets from Chef Saki, starting with something called dashi, which is a stock of sorts.
Dashi is the foundation of all Japanese cooking. The Italians have marinara and the French have demi-glace, but dashi is really what they build everything on for Japanese cooking. So he's gonna show us how to make that, and then he's gonna use that to make nabe, which is a hot pot with a variety of fish, chicken, and vegetables in it.
This is a perfect dish to share with a group night out on the town.
Good for any kind of night out. It's great. We've done it for big going away parties up to groups of 20 people. Everybody, each 4 or 5 people get their own kind of pot that they get to do. He's gonna start with a pot of water and he's gonna add konbu, which is a type of dried seaweed, to the water. And now he's gonna turn it to high until it boils. Now that it's boiling, he's gonna remove the konbu from that. He's got all the flavor out of it that he needs to. You're trying to build just like a stock, just like you would if you're making vegetable stock or chicken stock. You're really kind of imparting different flavors of the water, and the konbu is just the first level of flavor. He's gonna put some shredded bonito flakes into the pot. Bonito's a type of tuna that's dried and then shredded. It puts a lot of flavor into the dashi. He's gonna turn the heat off and then just kind of let the bonito flakes sink to the bottom of the dashi. And he's just gonna strain everything out of the broth. He's gonna squeeze just that last bit of flavor out of the bonito flakes. And there we have the foundation for all Japanese cooking, dashi. So he's got some dashi, and then he'll add to that some mirin, light soy sauce, and sake.
The liquid will cook the food that goes into the hot pot, and you can get just about anything in it you want, from veggies to proteins.
So you can put kind of whatever kind of fish you like in there. He's got some oysters, salmon, shrimp, chicken, and whitefish. And he's just gonna gently pour this over everything. And he's just gonna turn the heat up and let this cook until all of the fish and chicken is cooked throughout.
This will cook for about 15 minutes in the kitchen, and it'll go the rest of the way right on your table. What a fun way to have dinner! Here's another way to use that stock. It's a Japanese seafood dish called kinki.
A different way to cook fish. He's gonna make this stock for the nabe now. So he's gonna start with some dashi, and then to this, he's gonna add a little bit of sake, light soy sauce, and mirin. and then a little bit of sugar. He's gonna put some daikon radish in there, and the daikon radish really absorbs all the flavor of the broth.
He also adds a piece of fresh ginger root. As for the fish, you could really use any kind you like.
He's working with some beautiful red snapper there that's already been cleaned, and he sliced it into individual portions. Just to prepare the fish, he's gonna pour some boiling water over top of it before it goes into the pot for the kinky. So now he's gonna put the snapper into our kinky broth with the ginger and daikon in there. Cover it with aluminum foil and let it simmer for 30 minutes.
The fish is served with plenty of broth, and boy, is it delicious and authentic. And talk about authentic, wait until you see what's next.
And it's kind of, you know, when they walk by at Applebee's with the fajitas all sizzling and everybody stares, that's what we have here.
It's cooked like a pancake, served like a pizza, and tastes like nothing you've had before.
It's got noodles on the bottom, so it's an appetizer, but it's really almost a meal in itself.
We're getting a true taste of Japan right here behind the scenes at school in Lexington on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Tim Laird with you again with more Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
This time we're getting a lesson in Japanese cuisine at school.
But the name of the restaurant has nothing to do with education. Actually, it's a nod to the unique sushi bar they have here. It's the only sushi bar of its kind in the state, and it lets you see your food before you buy it.
That's actually where we get our name from. The plates go around all the different kinds of fish together, just like they're different schools of fish.
But there's a lot more to school than meets the eye.
We specialize in authentic Japanese cuisine and sushi, but we also have a wonderful culinary cocktail lounge with a variety of sakis. We're starting to stock some local beers. We have a bourbon milkshake. We have all sorts of different fun menus that we feel are unique to us. Lots of authentic Japanese dishes, but with enough of a variety that everybody can find something they like.
If you like to share, you've got to try this. It's like Japan's version of going out for pizza.
It's called Okonomiyaki, and it's kind of, you know, when they walk by at Applebee's with the fajitas all sizzling and everybody stares, that's what we have here. The bonito flakes sizzle, it looks like it's moving, and it's delicious. It's a Japanese pancake with some shrimp and squid, and then it's topped with Japanese mayonnaise, which is 100 times better than American mayonnaise. It's got noodles on the bottom, so it's an appetizer, but it's really almost a meal in itself. Okonomiyaki, and oko means a combination, and yaki just means pan-fried, so it's a combination of items that's been pan-fried, deliciously pan-fried. So he's got some julienne cabbage in there and some sliced onions, and now he's gonna add some shrimp that's been chopped and some thinly sliced squid. Now he's gonna add 1 egg to this, and then some tempura batter, which is just equal parts tempura flour and water. And the tempura flour is a little bit different than regular flour because it already has dehydrated eggs and everything you would need to make a batter in it. Now he's just gonna mix this all together really well.
He adds a little salt and pepper for seasoning, and then takes the batter to a hot pan.
So now he's just gonna take the batter and put it in there. And he's gonna let that cook until it's brown on the underside, and then he'll flip it over.
After flipping it, he'll top the pancake with cooked ramen noodles that are coated with a Japanese sauce that's kind of like steak sauce. He puts a little extra batter on top to act as a glue so the noodles will stick. Then, he flips it again so the noodles end up on the bottom.
All right, that's the final flip, and then he's gonna put it into a 400-degree oven to cook for 11 minutes.
When it comes out, it goes on a hot stone that's been baking in the oven.
Just because it makes the presentation really nice. And then we're gonna start with the fun part and put all the sauces and toppings on it.
Chef Sakai cuts the pancake like a pizza using a very big knife.
The first thing he's gonna put on here is Kewpie, or Japanese mayonnaise. And now he's gonna put tonkatsu sauce, the same thing he coated the noodles in, on top. These are finely shredded bonito flakes that go on top of the okonomiyaki. You'll see when these come into contact with the heat from the stone, they'll start to dance a little bit. We're gonna put just a little bit of shredded nori or seaweed on top and then some red ginger, and then we're ready to eat.
Wow! Now, that's something you won't find everywhere, but we're proud to show it to you here on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Thanks to Chef Sakai and Jessica for sharing their secrets to incredible Japanese food. And thank you for watching Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Tim Laird, and we'll see you next time.